Hi there. Most people think they can and should only use AI in their businesses. And this is how they think and this is how they use it. Wrong. Let me tell you that. You can use AI for lots of things. And in my humble experience, well, to be honest with you, anywhere, I mean, any field of your life, it can be useful if you know how to use it again and again and again. I might sound repeating myself as a parrot, and there is a reason for that. I have been teaching for quite some decades now, and I realized if you hear something once, nothing's gonna happen. If you hear something twice, nothing's gonna happen. If you hear something three times, four times, not really anything would happen. But if you hear it again and again and again, especially if you hear it from someone whom you trust at least a little bit, then it might stuck. So this is why I am repeating myself so repeatedly. Okay. So the thing is, I want to talk to you about the non-business use of AI. Today, I'm going to show you something that is something out of your business life. Some people call it, and that's what I'm laughing because one of my students told me the other day. So what about real life? And I said, well, whoa, 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 whoa. I really like my career. I really like my jobs. I really like my professions, and so these are my real life. But of course, I understood what she was talking about. So the thing is, let's talk about your real life. So your real life situations can be supported and helped by AI just as much as your business. And the rules of the system is the same. The rules of the attitude is the same. And still, I want to show you something exact so you will see how similar, at least similar, how similar these rules are and how much they apply to each and every field of your life if you apply them appropriately. So let's see. Let's talk about health, nutrition, fitness, dieting, because I am over 45. So I definitely need to talk about it. Um, let's say you want to become healthier and you are already somewhere in terms of starting a conversation with AI, you are already somewhere where you can define one of your goals in life. And so you can tell AI, hi buddy, I want to be healthier. And it will give you an answer. That's a solid goal. Well, thank you very much. And it will tell you generic things, which is great. I mean, if you start changing anything in your life will change. Rules of commitment, actually. So, move your body consistently, not perfectly. Eat like an adult. Yeah. Sleep is not optional. Okay, okay. Mental health. These are very good pieces of advice. And thank you very much for that. I'm very happy with it already. I'm not joking around and I'm not ironic. I'm not sarcastic. I am happy with this. And if you want to use AI for a higher potential of it, okay, if you want to have higher quality answers, no, this is not the good one. If you want to have, if you want to receive more personalized answers, now this is where we are going, then you have to give it the input that will lead to more personalized answers. And it is always very useful to go through the steps. It can either be three, four, five, whatever the number is, but to me and to my understanding and to my experience, it is much more helpful to learn to put your mind onto the different points of starting a conversation. No, the different points of preparing of starting a conversation with AI. And it always starts with a role. What do you want the AI to be when helping you in your situation, when helping you solving your problem? I prepared a prompt for this, so I'm going to paste it here, and you will see the first line. If you know me by now, you will see it is, of course, yeah, it's the role. This is how adamant I am on telling it a role each and every time you use it. I I had some comments about not being um, clear enough, and this is important. And thank you very much for any of you who pointed it out to me. So now I'm going to show you it like this. So this is the role. You are a nutritionist and a strength coach. You can say, you can tell AI what you expect it to be. You are a nutritionist and a strength coach. Okay, we start from here. Now I tell it my situation. Here is my situation. I'm over 40. I haven't consistently, let's go for it. I haven't consistently taken care of my health for 5+ years. My energy is low, my routine is inconsistent, and I feel out of shape. As you can see, I give it information, data, okay? And the important part here is not to get, not to flood it with everything that comes to my mind about my health and fitness situation. No, I am clear and understandable and not vague and blurry and foggy and, well, it would be nice to. No, I tell where I am right now, what the situation actually is. I took it apart, but I think you will see that this is almost the same. So what other people call context or environment or situation or starting point, these, to my understanding, these point at the same logical place. So to me, situation and environment is the same, but let's just see it like this as well. So environment, I work a lot, I don't have unlimited time, I need something realistic. And these are sort of restrictions as well. If you take a deeper look into how to build, well, a prompt, but actually how to build connection, how to build the conversation we are going to have, the back and forth we are preparing for with AI. So I work a lot, I don't have unlimited time, I need something realistic. I already tell it, don't give me generic advice. Don't tell me to spend 2.5 hours a day with something, because I don't have unlimited time. I work a lot. So I already point in the direction of, and I don't have shitloads of mental capacity either. For example, if I have to learn something deeply, then it's not for me. Thank you very much. Not here. Okay, my goals, very important. Again, role, roles, situation, goal. If you put these three, you are already on an extremely useful and practical, efficient track. I can promise you that. My goals. I want to sleep 1 hour. You see, precisely 1 hour more every night. I want to lose 10% of my body weight in a healthy way within 1 year. I want better blood test results. I want to feel better in my body This is important and understandable, and these are as factual as they can be. This is important. So you defined your goals. Now you can move on to the rules. And as I tell you, as I always tell you, rules can be defined in lots of ways. I mean, effectively, and in a working and operational way. And some of these are restrictions, some of these are limitations, some of these are musts, and so on, so on, so on. So in this case, I put this down. Rules: keep it realistic and sustainable. This is important because no extreme diets, simple routines I can follow. Explain the reasoning briefly. For now, this is what I'm going to use. And please understand or believe, okay, or accept the truth of the more precise you are, the better the result will be. The more precise you are, the better the result will be. I can't quote from myself. So you can put your body weight here. You can put your BMI here. You can put you can put your opportunities here, your possibilities here. Like I have weights in my office, and sometimes I have 20-40 minutes to do something. Lots of things, lots of things. Or I have a basketball court, just 5 minute walk from my office, and sometimes I could visit it. I haven't visited it for anything that comes to your mind, and it is a factor, okay, for this conversation. It fits into the data input. You can add it to it. But for now, you remember we got quite good, quite useful, and generic answers for the first one. And now let's see what we are going to have for the second one. Okay. You don't need motivation, you need a system that still works on busy, low energy days. So it shows me beforehand, before anything starts in the conversation, the content base of our conversation, it already tells me that, okay, I gotcha. And just to let you know that I gotcha, I tell you that I gotcha. And now I'm going to answer what you asked me. Your 3-pillar plan. Wow. Okay, realistic version. Sleep, your foundation. Priority one. I love it already. Now it is a nutritionist and a strength coach. Plus 1 hour. What to do? Set a fixed shutdown time, not just bedtime. Shutdown time. Stop screens 30-45 minutes before sleep. Guilty. Keep wake up time consistent, even weekends. This is something that changed my life immensely. Simple rule: go to bed earlier before trying to fix diet or training perfectly. I'm not going into deep in this one because it's so true. Why this matters? Poor sleep. Oh yeah, because we asked for a brief explanation as well, brief reasoning. Poor sleep. Worse hunger control, higher cravings, lower testosterone, worse insulin sensitivity. Fixing sleep alone often leads to effortless fat loss and better energy, as true as it can be. The second pillar, yeah, it is. The second pillar: nutrition, default structure, not a diet. Goal: lose roughly 10% body weight in 12 months, which means a quarter to a half kilogram per week. Your eating framework: thinking templates, not rules. I already love it, because if you want to, and I'm saying it from a system builder point of view, not a nutritionist, because I'm not a nutritionist, but I can already see where it comes from, because it comes from, if you want to follow rules only, if you want to keep in mind the restrictions and limitations, then you will suffer. End of story. Whenever I support and help people in changing their systems in business, their systems in life, themselves, their behavior, when they want to reach the depth of their trauma, any human process can be blossomed, supported, encouraged by giving templates and not restrictions. And this is true. Any field of life I'm watching and looking at, this is true there. Think in templates. I love it. Each meal should contain this and this and this and this. Easy defaults, pop, 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 pop. Non-negotiables, so the absolute mustn't. Good. Sorry, the absolute musts. I'm sorry. Okay, why this works? Protein preserves. Yeah. Again, why this works? Because I asked for it, right? Let's go back for a second. Let me show you. Keep it simple and I can follow. Here it is. Explain the reasoning briefly. What I ask, I will get. The more precise the input, the more useful the result, the better the result. Okay. And number 3, training minimum effective dose. And I'm quite sure it will tell us to grow intensity, regularity, whatever, frequently and gradually. Okay. If you're busy, okay, why this matters? Again, it already gives us a weekly structure. Beautiful. It already tells us a realistic timeline expectation. Good, because I asked no fluff, no BS, realistic, stay in reality, the 3 rules, and so and so and so. Okay. And here's a very, very supportive addition. If you only start with one thing, then start with sleep and walk regularly. That alone will begin fixing energy, weight, and consistency. Absolutely great. And as usual, because I told it who it is, it knows how to move on, how to continue. If you want, I can turn this into a very specific 7-day schedule with meals, workouts, timing based on your work hours. You see? Any field of your life, any situation of your life, if you can put down whom you would ask, what profession, what role, what job, what expert would you ask to help you in that given situation? How would you describe your situation in, well, it can be lane mentors, it can be professional, it can be textbook, it can be whatever you want, but make it clear. Okay, the most important element is not the format, not the language you use. No, it is the content or the message. Okay, make it clear, make it understandable. I usually tell my students to, anytime when they feel lost, start thinking in terms of, would this explanation or description be understandable and clear for an 8-year-old? Maximum 10. Maximum, okay? And of course, yes, there are professional textbook and such and such and such expert situations. We are not talking about that. By the way, I think it is very useful to yourself to define and vocalize and verbalize and phrase those problems into 10-year-old language as well. You help a lot because you simplify, and so you can start putting the elements in a system much easier. So the thing is, you already put the role in place, you put the situation in place because you described it after you defined it to yourself. Then the goal can be the result as well, but lots of people take it apart. And I think you will understand what I want to tell you. When I say goal, I say goal. And I say goal because I know this is not going to be a standalone, a one-off. This is not going to be I ask something and then I will work with the answer. No, I know I start the conversation. And that is why I usually only say goal. But there are lots of people, and I understand their approach as well. They go for what's the goal and what is the format they want to receive the answer in. And this works. This works. And I will use it when I go into this conversation. I will definitely get to the point where I will say, okay, give me a chart. Okay, give me um, a doc. Give me a Word doc. Give me a pie chart. Give me an image. Give me an animated video idea. Give me a video script for YouTube. Give me a blog post for Facebook. This type of group. Restrictions, of course. And when you can set these things and you give it to AI, any AI, by the way, then you will get something useful, personalized, customized to your situation. I can promise you that out of experience. Okay, but this is for today. As usual, I'm going to put the, well, I think today I'm going to give you the prompt, this one, and a skeleton of the prompt as well, which is almost the same as somewhere it already was in this series, but it is useful, okay? And the more times you repeat it to yourself, the more times you see, the more times you use it, this is the most important element, the more times you use it, the faster you will learn it and you will adapt to it and you will start, applying it in every situation, every conversation, what you prepare for and then start with AI. These are the systems I usually build. So if you want more of this, please subscribe, like, follow this channel. If you need help with your AI in your business or in your life, feel free to contact me. I happily help. I have some offers of mine in the description. Check them. And thank you very much for being here today and watching. Next time, we are going to build something useful again. Have a great day. Bye.